Hi everyone, this is Maz from Metabase. I'm here to show you how quickly you can set Metabase up, create your first dashboard, customize Metabase's branding, and set up data sandboxes for specific users or customers. Let's get started. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly enter in my details. Like so. You can connect to your own data here in this step, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the sample data set for now. That's it. Let's go to Metabase. From here, it's actually super fast to get to your first dashboard using Metabase's X-rays feature. So what I can do from here is go ahead and click on any of these X-ray suggestions, like this one for my orders table, to immediately see some insights about this table. So here I can see some summary information about my orders table expressed as transactions, the total number of rows that have been added in the last 30 days, and different metrics that it's automatically showing to me here. If I like this X-ray, what I can do is click this green button here to save it as a dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It says my dashboard's been saved, so we can click here to go ahead and take a look at it. That's pretty cool. I've got already now, just within minutes of setting up Metabase, a pretty neat overview of one of my key tables in my data set. What I'd really like to be able to do, though, is share this dashboard with my customers. It'd be great if they could log in and access my Metabase instance to see dashboards like this one, to be able to go ahead and look at the orders information about their own orders. But what I really don't want is for them to be able to see the orders of my other customers. It would also be really nice if when they logged in, they didn't see Metabase's colors and branding and logo, but they saw my company's branding. Well, to set this up, we're going to go ahead and head over to the admin panel, and we'll start by doing some customization to the way Metabase looks. So from the admin panel, I'm going to go over and click on White Label here. I can enter in my company's name, WidgetCo, and then this will appear everywhere where Metabase used to appear in the UI, including things like in tabs. Down here, I can customize the colors that Metabase uses. So I'll change the blue to my own company's bright orange, and I'll go ahead and maybe just change one of these accent colors to this purple here, for example. Then down here, I can go ahead and upload my own logo file, which I've got right here. I'll just drag it in to this, and then immediately I get to see a preview of how my logo is going to look on the color that I picked. We can also specify a custom fave icon to replace Metabase's right here, but I'm not going to do that today. So next we can exit out of the admin area, and immediately we can see our changes have taken effect. Awesome. So the next thing that we're going to do is set up a data sandbox to make it so that customers can log in and see their own data in Metabase filtered out and visibly behind the scenes. So first things first, I'm going to make sure that I've set up things so that my customers can access this dashboard that I've made. I'm going to go ahead and move it to a more accessible place. Like that. Now it's on the home page. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and head back over to the admin panel. And first things first, I need to create an account for my customer. So I'm going to go to the people section and click on the add someone button. Let's go ahead and add good old Johnny Appleseed. Like that. The next thing I have to do is add something called an attribute to this user. This is basically a value that I'm going to assign to this user for purposes of being able to identify him when I add the filter on top of my orders table. So what I'm going to do is give this guy an attribute called customer ID with a value of 1, let's say. And then I'm going to end up mapping this attribute to a filter on the orders table so that they'll only be able to see rows in that table where the field I map it to has a value that equals this. I think it'll make a little bit more sense as we go on, so bear with me. So we've added this user. Let's go ahead and copy their password. Then we also have to create a user group for this new user to be in so that we can set permissions on that user group. So we'll create a customers user group, and then we need to make sure that Johnny is in that user group, like that. Great. Next, we can head over to the permissions section to actually set up our data sandbox. Just to get things locked down, we'll first make it so that this all users default group doesn't have access to anything by default, and then we'll more selectively grant access to specific users. So we're going to drill down into this data set and find that table that we want to filter. And then we look over here and find the new group we created that our new customer account is in. And we're going to click on this box here to give specific sandboxed access to users that are in this customers group. So we'll click on this button right here. And here in this worksheet, it's just asking me how exactly I want to automatically filter this orders table. And like I said, what we're going to do is pick a column in that table. In this case, it's called the user ID column. And we're saying we only want to show them, again, rows in this table where the user ID column is equal to that user attribute that we set up, the customer ID. So here I see a summary. It says users in customers, the customers group, can view rows in the orders table where the user ID field equals customer ID. That sounds like exactly what we want. So we'll go ahead and click on save these changes. Awesome. So what we can do now to test this out to make sure it really worked is we're going to go ahead and open up a new tab and open up this same instance of Metabase, but we're going to log in as our customer account and make sure things are getting filtered accurately. You'll also notice that our sign-up page has now been customized with the branding that we set up. So I think it was john@example.com. I copied that password, and great. Now I'm inside of my Metabase. And what we're going to do to test this out is click on that same dashboard that we created a few minutes ago. So if everything went according to plan, when we go to this dashboard now, all of the data, since it's all orders table data, should be filtered out, only showing me orders where the user ID equals 1. And as you can see, there are far fewer transactions being shown, and all of my charts now have been filtered out correspondingly. What's also cool then is if I want to drill into a specific point on one of these charts to view these orders on this day, for example, again, I'm only seeing the rows that match that filter. And if I continue to explore and say I want to look at all of the orders that I have access to, again, I'm only seeing the rows that match the filter that I set up for this customer. So this is a pretty powerful way to give your customers and users within your large organization access to Metabase while making sure that they're only seeing the data that pertains to them. So there you have it. White labeling and data sandboxing give you a super fast and easy way to provide a branded and customized experience for your customers or users. For more information or to get help, just head over to metabase.com. Thanks for watching.